A detective and reporter track down a serial killer who can transform into a gaseous state in the new Netflix series, Human Vapor. This is a non-spoiler review for all 8 episodes of Human Vapor. This new show is loosely based on the 1960 tokusatsu film from Ishiro Honda, the director of the original Godzilla. It is also the first time Japanese TOHO Studios is teaming up with Netflix and Korean writer-director Yeon Sang-ho, who gave us the modern classic Train to Busan. It is an impressive pedigree for a show that on its exterior is merely about a murderous puff of gas.
Pass the gas.
But Sang-ho brings a lot more to the table in this flawed yet highly entertaining reimagining. The show follows a detective and reporter who were once in a romantic relationship and are thrown into each other's lives again when the murder of a famous scientist happens live on air. This isn't any normal murder, however. The scientist exploded from the inside after being attacked by a flume of gas. This entity takes the form of an enigmatic stranger who calls himself the Human Vapor, and shares to the world that this is only the first in a string of murders that he plans to execute. Thus, the detective and reporter, along with a brother-sister duo of aspiring horror YouTubers, become embroiled in a conspiracy and threat that is far beyond their comprehension. I'm gonna start off with the positives. First and foremost, Human Vapor has a truly captivating mystery at its core. It's the type of meticulously plotted, twisted web that slowly becomes more and more engaging as the puzzle pieces start to fit together. The series also contains a slew of twists and turns that completely took me by surprise.
Well, I say, that was a pleasant surprise.
Which allows it to bypass any kind of lull. I also appreciated that Human Vapor felt non-linear in its approach, with its use of flashbacks and swapping of perspectives. Being able to get glimpses of our characters' past lives, as well as their specific point of view, gave this show far more depth than I was expecting. Being a throwback to the old tokusatsu productions, which translates to special effects, I was expecting there to be some spectacle here. And Human Vapor does not disappoint on that front. The action sequences sprinkled throughout this first season are genuinely riveting. And the VFX work here is top-notch, bringing this gaseous monstrosity to life. There were a few action set pieces, notably a car chase sequence, that felt on par with anything you'd see on the silver screen in a blockbuster production. Gorehounds who give this show a shot will also be elated by some of the brutal moments of violence. What really stood out to me about Human Vapor, however, is how great the character development is, which made me care about their fate and the mystery plot all the more. At first, they all feel like stock characters: the brooding detective, the kooky YouTubers, the relentless reporter, and the tortured villain. But as the series progresses, we see them grow and evolve in ways that are sincerely satisfying.
Woo! That was really satisfying!
At first, I hated the YouTubers because their vibe did not match with the tone of the show at all, but getting to know the sister Keiho, who has a birthmark on her face, struggle with her appearance, and overcome her fear of being seen, became a real highlight of the season. But it's the impossibly handsome, model-turned-actor Uda Uchida who stole the show for me. Uda plays the human form of the elusive Human Vapor, and he is one of the most chilling villains in recent memory. Every time he is on screen, I would get shivers down my spine.
He gives me the shivers. Oh, yes.
We also get to see his life in flashbacks, where Uchida is able to imbue humanity and compassion into this seemingly monstrous character. Many villains in sci-fi shows like this come off as very one-dimensional, but there are so many layers of tragedy and moral ambiguity to this performance and character that I was absolutely locked in anytime Uda was on screen. As always, this show definitely has some cons. The first issue I had with the show was its conflicting tones, especially in the first half of the season. Human Vapor mostly takes itself very seriously.
Why so serious?
While still being slightly campy and fun. But the line was crossed numerous times into bizarre territory that was really off-putting. Especially in a scene revolving around a kilt-wearing music producer, Lemonade, a goth girl group, and meowing. That felt like it was ripped out of a completely different show. A little restraint and editing prowess would have been appreciated in some of these moments. I also have to admit that I wasn't fully on board with this show until about episode 5, which is far too long for a show to find its footing. There is a lot of needless setup and exposition here, and it all feels all over the place at times.
All over the place.
But I do assure you that once the puzzle pieces start fitting together, this is a rollicking good time. My last complaint is a big one, and that is, for a show called Human Vapor, there is a serious lack of human vapor throughout these 8 episodes. It's kind of infuriating because the show shines most during its sequences with the gaseous villain. Yet he, or it, or whatever it is missing from large chunks of the runtime. If they're gonna renew this show for a second season, they really need to make the human vapor the star. Superstar. The next time around. While I wasn't completely sold on this show in its meandering first half, I did end up coming around to it when the mystery started finding its groove. Human Vapor works best when it allows time for its characters to breathe, or when its titular villain is on a insane killing spree. This is a curiosity of a show, extremely weird and quirky at times, but it has a lot of character and makes some bold choices with its storytelling. If you're a fan of serial killer thrillers or sci-fi creature features, Human Vapor is tailor-made for you. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. Please like and subscribe for more under-the-radar TV reviews. And what are your thoughts on Human Vapor? Sound off in the comments section down below, and make sure to be respectful. Until next time, my friends, take care.